Hell yeah.
Are you good?
Hey, we're good.
Hi.
We are live on Facebook.
You're not. You're live. I'm not.
Shooting from the Lip live here at Baxter's 942 in the Highlands. Kevin Hale here. My usual tag team partner, Mr. Erik McEwen, is going to be late. He's got some music responsibilities tonight, so filling in.
He's building me a drum kit.
Filling in for me is the one and only Mr. Stephen O'Reilly. Stephen,
yes,
thanks for stepping up to the plate and hanging with us.
Thanks for calling and asking me. I appreciate it.
We put our podcasts egos aside so we can do it for the thrill of the.
Do I have an ego?
No, we don't have an ego, not at all.
Oh, just ask some people in town. They'll tell you I have an ego.
Okay, which you don't with me. So and I appreciate it.
I like you,
and I like you back. I like you back. We've had a good time so far.
Absolutely. I do have to say really quickly, I love your texts. Do you know why I love your texts? There is no filler.
No, there's
none.
No. Oh.
There's not even a joke. Last night my phone went off. SO with an exclamation point.
Do you know what that? Obviously, I was Stephen up.
Well, I figured it was for my name.
Yeah, and then you came back with KH. Right. So yeah, we're on. We're
on the same page. But I just thought that was funny. I had to call you out in a good way on that. It's fantastic.
That's kind of that's my MO, where I just kind of want to grab someone's attention first. I don't go right into, hey, what are you doing? I need you to hang with me on Tuesday night until Eric shows up. Blah 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 blah. But
I wasn't even going to get into that. All your texts are like that. Yeah. They're all like that. I like it. Anyway,
it's Derby week.
It is.
We have it's kind of a Derby themed show. Didn't you had a gig recently? Let's get some. Didn't you play over the weekend?
I did. I played.
Let's get the status with you while I'm pulling up some info.
I played. My band Gas Money played Saturday at the Blind Squirrel. It was a great show. Fantastic show. I think the room was on a probably 2.5 hour wait or something. But as cool as that was, I saw pictures of the Jefferson Tark Bus show at the Mercury Ballroom, and it was slammed. Those guys killed it.
Yeah, Jefferson Tark Bus. Who else was there?
Two Pump Jump.
Chump.
Chump. I can't talk. This is why I don't do. This is why I edit my show, Kevin.
And
because my speaking skills are terrible.
The Ass Hollers opened up.
Who's in that band? Isn't Scott Clark in that band?
No, it's close. It's a Clark. Stephen Clark.
Stephen Clark. That's right.
Yes, Stephen Clark.
Yep.
Yeah, anyways, again, Derby theme tonight. First segment coming up very soon. Jason Mudd, who is with Yes502media.com. He does a podcast titled 502. I say zero. Some people, what do you do? I say 502.
When I'm describing it, I just say 502.
Oh, but it's O.
Everything's O with me.
Oh, there you go. So
Whoa, that took you a second.
O'Reilly 2 Leader Series podcast he'll be up first. Alisa Zanetti, second segment, Real Kentucky Derby Divas.
I just met her. Nice lady.
We're going to talk some Derby. Then we got Rob Saag Jake Griffith from Throwback Thursday will be on. Mm-hmm. Jack Brezendine, Right Turn Clyde, and another local musician. Zach Longoria will be here later, along with Kevin Cummings. Erik McEwen will join us a little later.
If he gets done building my drum.
And actually, I'm going to head over to Diamond Concert Hall later because the Muse cruise that's going on tonight, on the boat.
Yep.
They're having their after party there, so I'm gonna.
Gotcha.
I think that starts at 9ish. So I'm gonna bounce over there later. Shooting from the Lip, live here at Baxter's 942 in the Highlands. Joining me tonight, Stephen O'Reilly, filling in for Mr. Erik McEwen until he arrives. But Stephen, what's up, brother?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you again for having me. This is 2 weeks in a row. We're getting to know each other.
I know it's kind
of freaky. It's kind of freaky.
So weird. Yeah. I mean, was it last week you did the podcast here?
Yes.
We hung out Friday night.
Yes.
So Tuesday night, we got to continue. So we got to make plans for Friday night, right?
I have a gig.
Where at?
At the Levee. An Oaks party at the Levee.
Is it like private or? That's not private.
No.
But probably a crazy cover.
The crazy cover band. See what I did there?
Gas Money is his band. All right. We're continuing with our Derby theme tonight. Coming in, joining us, one of my buddies. He does his own podcast. He's in the Louisville media. He is Jason Mudd with Yes 502. I said 50. No, you already got 502media.com.
Good
He's
job,
also the host of 502 Leader Series podcast, Mr. Jason Mudd.
Hey, everybody. Thanks.
What's up?
And I feel like I've arrived. I'm over here. I've got headphones on.
I listen.
This is such a pro thing that you guys have.
It's a visual.
No, this is fun. This is awesome.
Well, before we start talking Derby, because here's this. I reached out to you and I was like, Jason, help me out. I want some people on Tuesday night to talk Derby, and he was right away. How about me? How do you say?
I like that.
I've just turned into a shameless self.
Yeah, I was. I was like,
that's why I'm glad that he called me for today, because I'm latching on to you.
Okay.
I need to learn how to do these things because I'm terrible at it.
Well, I was going to say, what I really wanted to say is that I've got an attractive blonde in another segment. I was really looking for a brunette. Could you hook me with the brunette? But no, I could do. But see, he is a brunette too, so there he is.
Too.
All right, it's a win-win for me. Here we are.
Well,
Jason, it's good to have you.
I'm so honored to be here.
No,
I really thank you.
We've actually been.
I've been on, I think, 3 times. I think this is my third.
Yeah, the other two on Blog Talk Radio, the call-in, which is. It was, but anyways, we've upgraded a little bit.
Thank God. Got to be honest with you. There's probably going to be a rumor. Somebody's going to say, you said that you didn't like Kevin Hale's podcast. I did say that because it sounded like poo-poo. But then I show up last week and you got all this stuff, and I went, okay, he wins.
Whoever has that soundbite that Steven doesn't like my podcast, please send it to me. I'm gonna hang that over your head for a while.
Oh,
all right. Enough of us. Enough of us.
Part of the intro music.
Yeah, I'm not dumb enough to record it, pal.
Mr. Jason Mudd, talk to us. Before we talk Derby, fill us in. What are you involved with? Your social media.
Man, I'm just so grateful. I get to be around some really cool people, and I've been really blessed to. I don't know. I've just kind of put myself out there a little bit, and we've met some really neat stuff. So our business is we have a media outlet, a website, yeslouisville.com, which we write about. We've been writing about for 2 years. So this didn't just pop out of nowhere. But we've been writing about mindfulness and fitness and nutrition and using people in the community that are living in certain ways and telling their stories. And a lot of these people are business owners, and they're successful people that didn't have an outlet, that didn't have anywhere to write about stuff. And everybody likes to share their stories if you really just ask them. And everybody's story is so awesome. That's where reality TV shows are great. That's awesome. And they're popular. I mean, who doesn't watch? Damn it, the Kardashians. I mean, they came out of nowhere.
I don't watch it.
I'm sure you don't. I believe you. I believe that.
Oh, I didn't say I didn't watch reality TV. I just don't watch that one.
But everybody's life is so interesting. We all go through this stuff, and if you and looking at the internet for what it is, it's a distribution channel, and you can just do some really neat stuff if you just put yourself out there consistently. And you're kind. You got to be fun. You got to be you can't be a dickhead.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you got to be kind. You got to be fun.
So
play along.
So anyway,
one out of 2 ain't bad.
So
in a song.
We've been putting out this content. If you guys want to chat, you can.
No, go.
But we've been putting out this content for a while, and we've had some really cool people that have just hung out with us, and we've formalized this more and more as it's gone, and it's really evolved into where we have an outlet with some people and a little bit of attention, and
I think a little more than a little.
Well, it's neat, and I don't know, we're just kind of running with it. But it's all about making your life better, because there are little things that everybody can do in their day, starting in the morning, starting right when you wake up, that just make your life better. And if you start just turning this little, I think of it as a dial. You just turn it a little bit and a little bit more and a little bit more. It doesn't go backwards. You just keep going forwards. and before you know it, you're doing stuff that you never thought that you could do.
Right.
And it all starts with a little bitty thing.
I want to hug him.
I do too. I'm in.
Big hug. I want him to hug me.
Big old bear hug. I'm in.
But really, I mean, and this is accessible to everybody. It is what's so wonderful, and you just have to put in the effort, and that's where, I'm not saying everybody does it. That's the great thing, and Stephen, you and I connected over Gary Vee when we walked in, and there are multiple people that I've just listened to and learned, and one of the things that Gary Vee says is I put out all this great content for free. It's all free. I'm going to give it to you, but I guarantee you're not going to do anything with it, and so that's where, for so long in our society, people have been so guarded with how they do things and the process and things, and so you get education, we all know, doesn't happen in universities. It doesn't happen at schools. True education happens when you go to work, when you start doing something, when you start experiencing life.
I would agree. Absolutely.
You just all school does is teach you how to think like a person that does XYZ.
Right.
That's it. But I mean, everybody that graduates school is scared as fuck when they go to their first day at work. That doctor that cuts into that
I'm a 3-time high school dropout, dude.
That doctor that cuts into that first patient for the very first time, the very first paying patient, I bet he is trembling inside.
Absolutely.
But everybody's the same. We all feel like we're all so unique, but we're not.
I would agree.
So I don't mean to keep rambling on, but anyway, so we write about some neat stuff, and we've combined that with a podcast because I think that audio content is so wonderful because you can listen to it passively while you do things. You can go to the grocery.
Absolutely.
I invest in. The best purchase that anybody can do is go buy some Bluetooth headphones. $30 Amazon,
right.
and you can wear them everywhere, and you can listen to stuff that will improve your life.
I would agree.
It's free.
I'm curious, when you do your podcast, what's your criteria as far as lining up guests? Do you have this, certain demographic or certain business or
no, not a bit. I really and again I credit how I do things to people that have influenced me, and I'll give a big shout out to Tim Ferriss. That I don't know if you've ever heard of Tim Ferriss.
That name rings a bell, but I can't place it right now.
His big I guess claim to fame where he shot off was the 4-Hour Work Week was a book that he wrote. The 4-Hour Work Week, he did the 4-Hour Chef. He has a new book called Tools of Titans.
I remember that now.
He's all about life hacking, and he does some really kind of crazy, sometimes kind of crazy experiments on himself that he's willing to minimum effective dose of certain I don't want to say stimulants but supplements and just finding ways to kind of hack your body a little bit because it's all chemistry. It's all
right.
And again, going back, it's all about experience. You don't know how something's going to work until you actually do it. Nobody hypothetical doesn't mean shit.
True. No, I agree.
But anyway, so he has a really cool podcast where he just talks to very successful people, and he tried to break down their habits and rituals a little bit because successful people have a routine. Everybody has a routine,
right?
And you see a lot of successful people. I saw a big pattern, and I know he identified it too, where people that are successful are very invested in the morning of their day. They're very intentional with how they start. Oh gosh, I hit it. They're very intentional with how they start their day.
Right.
So, and from the minute they wake up, they're doing things with a purpose, and all of that stuff just goes together to, just magical things to your life to make your day go better. It's almost like you go automatic, and you just go with how life goes, and it's absolutely incredible.
No, there's a lot to be said about what you do in the morning. It's one of the reasons, and there's no story behind this, but that's one of the reasons why in the military you make your bed.
You're up.
I'm out of it. You lost me. There we go.
All right, you good?
Sorry.
All right.
They have you make your bed first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, making your bed.
There's a reason.
Yep.
Because you've been up however long you've been up, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes. You've accomplished something immediately.
Yep.
And it's so small, but it means a lot. And people don't realize that the small things sometimes mean the most. Kevin, and I'm not going to go on a big thing about this, but you and I, Kevin, were talking about that before we started recording. Those small things. Telling your buddy, you may not want to do that, or you may not want to wear that. It's a small thing, but it can have a massive impact.
Everything's in the details.
Absolutely.
In the details. All right. I brought you here to talk Derby.
Yes.
Give us it's Derby week. What's Derby week to you? I mean, where are you gravitating to? And
Derby is such a, I will, Derby for me this year is very different than any Derby past, and we've been very, very fortunate to be able to be exposed to some cool stuff this year, and I will credit that to the people that we have working with us that have just reached out. So everybody knows Joey Wagner. Joey Wagner throws some of the best parties. I would say the best parties in Louisville, in town, and he's got a lot of stuff lined up. Tomorrow is Jock Tales, which is his premier event. So I mean that's straight away you got to be at that one,
right?
Of course. And then I hear, Puff Daddy's coming to town on Friday, and that's kind of neat. What is it?
Diddy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Diddy. Yeah, come on.
Sorry, what?
It doesn't matter. Ray Liotta's going to be here, and he trumps everybody.
If you're in Goodfellas,
Ray Liotta.
That trumps anything. You're absolutely right.
If you are Goodfellas,
you are Goodfellas,
Ray Liotta,
right.
You trump everything.
But you're right. Diddy is,
Diddy, I heard he was coming.
Do you do the Barnstable, all that? Do you get into?
I don't. I don't. I'm sure those are awesome, good times.
Right.
But I've never. No. I mean that's. I'm very much an introvert. I don't really get into going out and doing stuff like that. I mean, I'm the guy. When you go to an event, I got to go to my car every 30 minutes and just hang out and chill out by myself. Because that's just how I am. But no, there's so much going on, and I will say one cool thing that we do with our website is we have a daily yes list, which we put out and curate every day. We've got an awesome a team that puts and goes and looks at everything that's going on, because they're literally, dozens and dozens of stuff going on every day,
right? Even
in non-derby season.
Oh, absolutely.
And so we pick out the best stuff that we think
in town,
and put it out there every day. It goes out about 10:30 a.m. So that would be a great place to check it out. The stuff every day, because it changes every day. And I'll be honest with you. You ask what's going on good for Derby. I am intentionally not looking at my calendar anything other than the day of, because I can't. Yeah.
No, I get it.
So where will you be? Do you have a go-to place Derby Day?
Derby Day? No, I don't actually. We had requested press access for the Derby, and unfortunately they didn't think that we what. No. Don't say it. Don't. Okay. We got kindly.
Hey man, I like your shirt. Yeah. That's a nice shirt you got on. Shirt. That shirt is fantastic. Okay. Stop touching the mic. Your shirt's fantastic.
All right.
That's great.
So anyway, it's awesome. So I don't know where we're going. It's going to be just lovely. It's going to be an awesome day. It's weather's going to be great.
Very cool.
Did you see?
I hear it's going to rain though Friday.
Well,
Oaks. Yeah. All day is what I'm hearing.
I'll be inside playing drums
that night. So.
But I bet if you look back, some of the best, most memorable derbies that people have are when it's rained, when it's been, when there's been some struggle element in the day, and that's just how life is. I'm gonna say, did you see my Facebook video this morning?
I have not.
What I did, my Facebook's public, so it's really good. It's also, I think, on Yes Louisville's. I went out. A friend of mine opened an exotic car rental service here in Louisville. It's Louisville first. So like think of what you would have in like Vegas or something.
Oh, I'm with you. I got you.
And it's really cool. So I just saw that he posted something on Facebook this morning, and so I was out getting my car washed, There's a really good car wash there at the Waterson and Bartstown Road, and so I just popped over there. And
he plugs everything, dude. It's fantastic.
I'm just talking about my day.
Exactly.
Dang it.
I didn't say it was bad, dude.
So anyway, end up, long story short, he's got some really cool cars there, and we end up going for a ride in this Ferrari 458. It's really cool. I've never been in a Ferrari, and it was a nice way to start.
Was it everything you thought it would be?
It was everything I thought it would be.
I mean, right here?
I was kind of giddy. Yeah, that's me. That's the video.
We'll have to link that to
the greatest part of that whole story he just told? He's not a small man, and he used the word giddy.
Oh, I was giddy. I was giddy. I mean, I was having a blast. It was so cool. But this is you think about it, and he's really cool, and he wants people to come down and check out the cars and take pictures with him and just whatever. But anyway, just a fun way to start the day. That's what Derby Week's about.
Or are they just all sports cars?
He has probably the hottest rod car. He's got a first generation Viper. It's not, that's not going into hot rod, but that's, you talk about a raw car. That's a raw.
It is a raw car.
I mean,
it is a raw car.
And I mean raw, like, No,
I'm with you.
Raw.
All right.
Anyway, I digress.
Take us home, Jason. We got some other segments we get to, though.
Yeah.
People,
yeah.
Tell all your social media. Where can people find you?
Well, we're at Yes Louisville on everything. YesLouisville.com is the blog, and I'm honored everybody follow us. We put out some cool content, and that Yes list. I really think that Yes list. We're just trying to connect people. There's so much. Louisville is such a gem of a city with so much.
There's a lot. There really is.
People have flown under the radar for so long in what they do, and I think people have done it intentionally to a degree because you choose what to do.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I can't lie. I mean, I will go out and listen to some of his podcasts. I mean, we do a different type, but I've gotten ideas on how to navigate with certain people.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, and I'm still learning a lot about Louisville as a whole because I've been in my little music bubble since I moved here 11 years ago.
Yeah.
I was either in this band and then in that band and then 4 bands at once and then 8 bands at once, and I didn't have time to see anything. I just played. That's all I did. Yeah. And now I'm pulling back from that.
There's really a lot to see.
It's an amazing city. Well, in really quick, this is the longest I've lived anywhere in my life.
Oh, cool.
I have an average of 4 to 5 years. And
do you do the chow wagons? Like last night, I went to the chow wagon, which was a great night last night.
We've gone out and walked around that stuff, and I love it. I love how everybody gets out and gets in that, and I love it specifically because I love getting out and seeing. I love seeing people happy in the city and happy with their families, and that's there's so much negativity in the news and stuff. But
I agree.
But honestly, if you think that it's hard to think that the world's a bad place when you go out to the chow wagon and everybody's having such a good time over it's a $25 whatever you're going to get. I mean, it's expensive as hell, but who gives a shit? I mean,
well, last night was dog night, and I did trip over someone's leash, which just reminded me. It was like, ugh.
Was there a band there?
Yeah, Shane Dawson was there.
Oh, nice, very cool.
Oh, cool.
Jason Mudd, killer podcast.
Thank you, man.
Great social media stuff.
The
pleasure is always mine. You have a standing offer to always hang out with us.
I really and likewise. We'll have to get you on to our deal, and we'll do something fun with that here coming up.
Appreciate it.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Good stuff.
Thank you so much for having me on. It's been awesome.
All right, we are back. We are live on Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
Kevin Hale here. Mr. Stephen O'Reilly sitting in for Erik McEwen, who is busy rehearsing with Cody Martin.
No, he's not. He's built me a drum kit.
Well, no, he's rehearsing. He says it's pretty intense. They got a big gig coming up this Friday night, Diamond Concert Hall. Nice. Cody Martin of the American Idol thingy. He made it to Hollywood.
Very cool.
Anyways, next segment as we continue to talk Derby. Talk Derby to me, us, Alisa, the Kentucky Derby Diva.
You got to say your last name correctly.
Alisa, now that part I can get. I've heard that last name for many years. There's history there. I'll just say it in some weird way. As you can see at the end, my daughter Claire, her stepdad is a Zanetti. She is a Zanetti. It's come full circle here. But Alisa, we wanted to talk Derby. You and our friends on social media, and I actually did not put the Kentucky Derby. Claire, I had booked her, and then she friend requested me on Facebook, and then it finally clicked. I'm like, oh my God, this is Zanetti. So,
KY Derby Diva.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Giddy up. It's Kentucky Derby season.
Tis the season. Kentucky Derby Diva. Is it safe to say, is this a year-round thing for you?
Honestly, it is my season. So for my professional work, it's usually Christmas and tax season. But for my personal life, it is the Kentucky Derby. I'm from rural Kentucky. Actually, my grandfather worked in a distillery. My uncle worked in a distillery.
Oh, yeah.
My brother works in a distillery. And so when you're in rural Kentucky, you live for the Kentucky Derby. It is something that you thrive for since you were 10.
I mean, you said your father?
My grandfather, my uncle, and my brother.
All right.
And I will go back. Even my father has worked in a distillery. So we're talking.
Do you want to plug Mom real quick, too, while you're at it? Anything you want to plug Mom with?
So we're multiple generations that has grew up in distilleries and the Derby.
Amazing.
So many alcoholic jokes, but I'm gonna refrain.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna be nice.
But here we are. The Derby week is in full stride. Last night we was at a chow wagon doing to me it is a Derby festivity. Tonight there was the Muse Cruise on the river. Yep. It's the boat race tomorrow, the parade Thursday. Give us, what is Derby week like for you?
Okay. Because I work and I have children that are in middle school and high school, so Derby actually starts at 1700 Wednesday night. Because you're a rural Louisville.
Very specific. I like it.
17. You just gave it military time? Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We are in federal government. We speak military.
Yeah.
1700 Wednesday night Derby season speaks for me for a local Louisvillian, and we are going to start with the Jockeys Gala. That is Wednesday. That's
night. In tomorrow night.
That is in tomorrow night.
Now, what is the Jockeys Gala?
That is something that the local jockeys that have won a Derby, or people that are jockeys, and it is a gala that a lot of the locals attend, and the funds go to a jockeys event.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Very cool.
So it is some type of a fundraiser.
It's a type of a fundraiser. And so if you look at my social media, I actually have a picture with 4 jockeys that won the Kentucky Derby, and I'm the tallest. I'm taller than Mike Smith.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And your social media, your Twitter, at KY Derby Diva.
At KY Derby Diva, you can see.
How did you come up with that name? Was that you or someone else gave it to you?
No, that was completely me. I've had that Twitter account and Instagram account at KY Derby Diva for about 5 years, because when social media really hit with Instagram, because I have young kids, and so my kids taught me about social media outside of Facebook, I was like, no one has KY Derby Diva. I live for the Derby. And so you can see on my Derby Diva account that I'm with 4 Kentucky jockey winners. You can see Joe Rosario, Mike Smith, Daryl. So some of the famous winners. And I'm 5'3", and I'm taller than Kentucky Derby winners.
I see it, yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yes. It's cute, and they're all great, and they're all nice.
All right, so that's tomorrow night. That's the jockey event tomorrow night. So what else is
And
going
so
on for
we
you?
have Thurby, and so Thurby. And so Thurby is mostly known as the Girls' Day. So that is the girls of 40245 instead of 90120. That is 40245.
That's pretty good. I like it.
That is the East End stylish box. And so we got a box in 320, so we'll be in box 320 if you want to come see us.
At the track.
At the track, the girls at 40245.
Claire, are you working the track Thursday? So you will have to go see her Thursday.
Yes. And so that's Derby. And then we have dinner reservations at a restaurant that will be unnamed because we got restaurant reservations. I have to give a shout out to Tony Vanetti because Zanetti and Vanetti sound a lot alike, and I got them.
Nice.
Wait, whoa. Did you get them because you used that card? You played the Vanetti card. Oh, that's great. I like that.
You know the rules, brother. Whatever works.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
And then Friday, I will tell you, there's a toss-up between buying your tickets from StubHub, Ticketmaster. Do you buy them from a local person that sells them? So I start hunting for my Derby tickets and Oak tickets in February. You know why? Because people that are going to dump them are going to post them early.
Yeah.
112 front row on the row, horse selfies for Oaks. So Derby's going to be in the front row.
Very cool.
But so I'm going to tell everybody, check StubHub starting in February to get your tickets for the Oaks.
So it is safe to say. So that's Friday. Actually, here is supposed to rain all day Friday.
Well, that's okay.
Does it impact you at all?
Not at all, because I went to Von Mar today and got the $35 rain jacket that you can still see the cute dress.
So you can still see the
Girl got it going on.
Yeah.
She is not playing.
No.
Has your dress? Have you already posted your dress on social media?
No.
So everyone will have to wait until Friday to see AZ's. I'll just go that way. AZ.
You will have to wait until
KY
Friday.
Derby Diva's dress Friday.
On Friday and for
Zanetti.
Zanetti.
No, you got to say it like a gangster. Zanetti.
Zanetti.
Do you? Yeah,
Zanetti.
Zanetti. Is that how would Ray
Bada
Liotta
bing,
say?
bada boom. What can make you disappear?
We can make it.
I know people.
Yeah, we know.
I know people. We're not from here, but I know them.
So Derby Day, will you be at the track?
Absolutely. I'll be in 313. Third floor clubhouse. With a lot of the Louisville local people, and so one of the great benefits about being in 313, you actually get to see the races of the horses go twice. You get to see them start, and then you get to see them finish because they haven't quite finished.
Right. So will hubby be part of this too?
Absolutely, because he is going to go as the driver on Friday. He will be with us. He'll be the driver on Thursday. He's going to be with us on Friday.
Are you making your husband be the DD?
Absolutely. He is on Thursday, I will admit it. He's the DD.
Now that other Zanetti that we know.
Zanetti.
Will be with us on Friday.
On Friday for Oaks.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because when you have a front row box, as long as you're in the first floor clubhouse, come see me. I'm bringing sandwiches, I'm bringing chips, I'm bringing dip, I'm bringing, if you don't mind eating the Costco food that's here sold in local
There is nothing like Costco and alcohol. I'm sure that's a nice. I'm curious, what's your drink? I mean, the whole mint julep thing, or do you do that? Or
I like the Lily, to be honest with you. The vodka is probably my first choice. It seems like the guys is more the bourbon and the cigar. I'm definitely the vodka, but I will tell you on Derby Day, you can see this on social media at Real Kentucky Derby Divas. $50 or more is where I'm going to bet on my Derby bet's going to be the $50 or more box.
Oh, well, okay.
You know why? Because the rest of the races I'm going to be shopping in the gift shop.
Well, then.
Woman with a plan.
You
I
got it.
a plan. Because you got to balance out what you're going to donate, because it's a donation to Churchill Downs.
The one on the left is striking a pose. People are checking out.
But I do want to tell you about my Derby picks, and
Yes,
so
I was getting to that.
For Kentucky, I will say that a lot of women drink wine. Not everybody, but Vino Rosso was probably one of my top horses. But a lot of the times, I look at the colors and the jockey silks, and so Salamini, it's got a Z on the jockey silk, so anything with a Z is going to get the Zanetti bet.
The Z.
Zanetti.
What else is going?
I just like saying your last name in case you haven't figured that out.
Zanetti. I mean,
It's a great name, Zanetti.
Zenyatta won 19 races. American Pharaoh was from the Ziot Farm, and so I'm telling you, bet your money on anything with the Z.
You heard it here.
I can't deny it.
Yeah, I
Can't argue that fact.
And then also there's a horse.
You know why? Because she knows people.
She knows people. She knows Tony Vanek.
And I will say that Tony Vanek, anything that ends with a vowel is probably Italian.
Yeah.
You're going to bet on it.
Yep. So what else you got?
But okay, then also Chocolate Martini is another popular horse, and so it's just a cute name. But I was really surprised with Martini, Margarita, and Vino that are all in the Oaks and the Derby races this year. So I'm going to tell you my tips. You know, if you like to enjoy your little bit of free time, consider those as your Oaks and Derby bets.
Nice.
There you go.
All right, Kev, who we betting on?
The chocolate mint.
Chocolate Martini.
Martini, yeah.
Chocolate Martini.
Martini. Now, like, do you, with your social media, do you keep tweeting and updating social media throughout the day of this, or do you just kind of, I mean,
I will definitely say that I love Kentucky and I love Louisville. So if it's something about Kentucky or Louisville, you're going to see it on my Twitter account.
Gotcha.
It definitely hypes up during the Derby season, but I'm definitely a rural Kentucky girl. I mean, my family is from Loretta, Kentucky, which is the home of Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark.
And, you know, there's a lot of people that come out of rural Kentucky that still love the Derby, and a lot of us, we moved to Louisville and we really don't go back home because of the job market, but there's still, I love the 120 counties in Kentucky. That's my old Kentucky home. That's where my heart is.
It's genuine.
That is genuine.
It is. I like
You can't make that shit up.
No, you can't.
I like it.
And she's taller than the jockey.
I'm taller than the jockey.
Look at the picture right now. She's towering over the jockey.
Nice.
At 5'3".
At 5'3".
Did you have heels on in the picture, though?
Absolutely.
Good job.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely. And
Make it even worse.
And then my fascinator gave me another inch.
wow.
I like it.
Alisa Zanetti.
And then something else about being from Kentucky, that if you visit here and you're a first-time person that's coming in for the Derby, I would recommend the Bourbon Tour.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And
I will tell you a true story about when I first moved here, because I'm not from here. I was here a week, and somebody said to me, "Hey, man, you want to go out back and play cornhole?" And I said, "No, I do not know what the hell that means." I had no idea that it was an actual real game.
It's a real game. Yeah.
I thought it was some weird backwoods shit.
and that's what. And the same thing with bourbon, because you have corn bourbon and you have rye.
Right.
And so everybody has their favorite bourbon. I will say that my favorite bourbon is Woodford Reserve.
Yeah.
It's a good price
Nice.
point.
Nice.
And Costco carries it, and Costco has an awesome.
Are you sponsored by Costco? I have to know.
I am not, but you can go there when you
Because you
work
said it 2 or 3 times,
and have
right?
kids. And it's there and has actually the Derby horses running around on the bottle. And then they had a nice poster for $5. So I'm a little bit about price point because I'm practical.
Fair enough.
But I will tell you, if I'm going to cook a Kentucky Derby pie or make bourbon balls, it's Jim Beam. It keeps the flavor.
I have
with
had
cooking.
Jim Beam bourbon balls.
Really?
And I'm not a big whiskey drinker, but those things were good.
So if you're really from Kentucky and you're from rural Kentucky, you know what bourbon you can cook with and you know what bourbon you can drink.
We are covering all the food groups tonight.
I'm
thanks
in.
to
I like it. Hey,
Alisa
Zanetti.
Zanetti.
And I will tell you that most people ask, do you choose your hat first? Do you choose your dress?
I was getting ready to ask that too next. What's the hat? Tell us.
The hat, OMG. So my hat is, for Kentucky Derby Day, is a Frank Olive. And so those people that are into hats will know that's a designer Frank Olive. But I'm practical, so I'm using a Frank Olive that I had 2 years ago that I had redesigned at D's. Because at D's Crafts.
Right.
And so the hat is absolutely fabulous. I like dresses that are unique. And so Rhodes here in Louisville, Kentucky probably has one of my favorite dresses, and probably somewhere that you want to look for dresses that you're not going to see it repeated 10 or 20 times. But my favorite place for shoes, to be honest...
Nobody ever repeats my dress, ever.
To be honest, because I'm KY Derby Diva and I want to give the tips, your shoes, honestly, look at TJ Maxx.
No,
I call it TJ Socks.
Wow. I mean,
I am actually a dude that shops a lot. I'm into clothes, and yes, I am a firm believer in TJ Maxx and Marshalls all day long. Ross is hit or miss, but
all day long, yeah.
TJ Maxx and Marshalls all day long.
Yeah, all day long. I do like to shop
And
local.
Steinmart. I like Steinmart.
I do like to shop local, but sometimes, you got to shop a little bit outside. That's why I gave a little bit of shout out to D's and Rhodes, because you can find, honestly, KY Derby Diva is being dressed by Rhodes and D's.
Nice.
very cool.
Very cool. I'm in.
Great segment.
I just want to know what your dress is going to look like, Kevin.
You have to wait till Saturday. Tune into social media, my social media.
Yummy.
Here we are. Yummy. Last shout outs before we let you go. Anything else we haven't covered that you want to throw out for us?
I'm going to tell people to drive and drink responsible. I see so many people texting, and so I want to give a shout out. So have a designated driver, and your designated driver don't text and drive. About 50% of the people I see at 7 a.m. are texting. So drive responsible and don't text. So there's too many local Uber drivers. I want people to be safe. We love Kentucky. Go home the same way that you left.
There you go.
We've
got public service announcements here too.
All day long.
Alisa
Zanetti
has just killed it.
I love you, Louisville. I love you, Kentucky. Be safe. Have a fun derby.
Great segment.
I'm in. I like
All right,
it.
Lisa, thanks so much for hanging with us.
All right,
Good stuff.
From Baxter's 942 in the Highlands of Louisville, Kentucky, Derby City, this is Shooting from the Lip Live. I'm Erik McEwen, and Steve O'Reilly is the guest co-host.
How are you, sir?
I'm good, dude. It's good to see you.
It's good to be seen.
And we have the guys from Throwback Thursday here with us. Thank God these guys are here.
Praise be.
So, do me a favor. Let us know who you are.
My name's Jake. I play drums.
And I'm Rob. I play guitar and occasionally sing on key in this band.
Nobody cares about you, Rob. I just want to talk to Jake.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I don't care about me either.
All right, O'Reilly, we're cutting off your mic, real.
Damn it.
So,
This was a Joe Rogan podcast. What happened?
Joe's way better looking than me.
yeah, he's got more hair than both of us combined.
No, he shaved his head.
Anyway, so Rob and Jake, y'all got a gig coming up this weekend. Let's talk about it. It's Derby weekend.
Derby weekend. Woo.
Derby weekend.
And Cinco de Mayo.
And
Cinco de Mayo, bro.
So
Drinko de Mayo.
God, it just keeps coming.
This is why I love this band so much, O'Reilly. So we got, if nobody in Louisville has come to see this band, definitely the most entertaining. O'Reilly, have you seen this band
I have
live?
seen the footage. I have not been in the room.
Wow, it is so much fun.
It's like watching porn versus having sex. It's two
Okay, so
You need to get out more, brother.
So we're asking the Lip Nation right now to find Throwback Thursday on Facebook right now, and this weekend you are playing
2 locations. We're diversifying. We actually have it's called an error on my part. We double booked both Nirvana on what is this, Baxter, Bardstown Road, same thing. Nirvana down the street, and that is from 7 to 8 p.m.
And what day?
That's Saturday.
Saturday,
Derby Day. And then after that, we're going to throw all our shit in a car and get on over to Diamonds in St. Matthews.
Wow.
And rock that from 10 to 2 a.m.
So I have seen you guys at both locations.
I feel for you, brother. I got you.
The struggle's real. It's going to hurt Sunday.
It's Derby time. This is what we do.
Yeah.
You know, we book a lot, we play a lot, and we're fortunate. This is our Christmas.
I was getting ready to say that. Ryan Murphy said that to me the other day. He's like, dude, it's Derby. That means it's Christmas for us musicians.
Oh, yeah, because we're...
And I feel shitted. Santa apparently doesn't like me this year because I have one gig. One.
Let's work
Just
on
get
that.
your guy that books to fuck up, and then you know, let me handle your booking. You'll get 3 gigs on one day. It's all good.
Hi, Rob. I'm Stephen O'Reilly. I'm the guy that books me.
So, to the Lip Nation right now, get out and see Throwback Thursday. This is definitely the most entertaining band that I've seen in a long time. And O'Reilly, you're
The footage I have seen is, yes, for
absolutely
sure,
incredible. So,
full of energy, which is amazing.
So I was playing a gig one night with a friend of mine. We walked across the street and saw, because you have a guitar player, singer in the band, Josh Napier, who's a good friend of mine, and came over to see you guys. That's when I met y'all.
Yep.
And we had never been more entertained. And my buddy that was with me is like, this is my favorite band in Louisville. And he plays all the time. And he's like, this is my favorite band. He doesn't play the stuff that y'all play, but this is so much fun. So tell me a little bit, and I could go on for hours about how you engage the crowd, but let's tell the Lip
You have to
Nation.
shut him down every now and then.
So let's tell the Lip Nation
sound
about
bites.
how you engage the crowd. That's maybe be a step up or a moral step back from,
Moral step back.
from how you engage the crowd, and this is why I love y'all so much.
So Jake and I, we were both in bands, or I was in a band. He's still in one. And when I was in this original project, things were very rigid, very structured, very, I don't know, restrained.
Well, fuck that.
So exactly right. So when we started this cover band thing on the side, it was like, well, shit, let's take like all that shit that we're not allowed to do. I'm like, fuck that. We're gonna make this the most entertaining thing possible. I grew up on punk rock, pop punk, Blink-182. I mean, those guys are running naked on stage. Now, granted, we haven't escalated to that point yet. But yeah. Caveat. But
God.
Now,
but, yeah.
O'Reilly, take a note from him. He'll tell you all about that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. But we just try to. We drink a lot, so we go out and
Apparently Eric does too.
We're often at bars and we see other bands play, and it's all good, but it's like, what can we do to make ourselves stand out sort of as another cover band here, so we're not just another cover band? And that became more of how do you get the crowd involved, whether that's guitar solo contest.
So let's talk about that.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, wait. I have a question. Before you talk about that, what kind of stuff are you covering? Like,
Sure.
What's the blanket statement?
So the blanket statement is 2000s to 2010. I don't know, shit the millennials were into back then that they
No, I get it.
probably were an
That makes
American
sense.
Pie on
Yeah,
some
it's like a
soundtrack
soundtrack.
like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
No,
it's a
that makes
soundtrack
sense.
to your coming of age, awkward teenage years. Hopefully, coming of age and nowhere else.
type of bands, definitely Blink.
Yeah.
I've heard Dashboard.
No, that's fake news. Fake news.
Okay.
Believe me,
heard-
terrible. Not even real.
I had to throw that in there. Jimmy Eat World.
Yes, we got some Jimmy. We got some Green
I've heard
Day.
some Green Day. I've heard a lot of Green Day.
A lot of Green Day.
I've heard some Nirvana.
Nirvana.
Okay, so we have all this going on,
Yep.
and then you engage the crowd, and what I've seen is you have these inflatables, and O'Reilly, don't get all crazy.
Thinking about inflatables, I believe.
I love these guys. So let's talk about when we see inflatable. Jake, let me know about these inflatables a little bit that I've seen.
Well, I don't think it's the inflatables that you guys are thinking of. As far as, like-
No, that's the one
that's
that
the
you know.
caveat.
That's what happens at rehearsal stays at rehearsal.
yeah, that's different. But,
Her name is Sandy. She's very nice as long as she gets washed
Simmer.
once a week.
Simmer.
Her sister Cindy.
yeah, but we have inflatable guitars, and
Okay,
we do
so-
guitar solo contests.
So this isn't
That's
Rob
awesome.
and Josh playing these inflatables. These are
Hot babes in the crowd.
hot babes. Now I've
Or
seen
one really drunk dude.
I've
Yeah,
seen
that
drunk
happens
dudes.
occasionally, yeah.
I've seen drunk dudes in polo Oxfords
Oh, absolutely.
once or twice. So let's talk about that.
So it's just one way we kind of keep people engaged. We don't want them to stand back. We want it to be the way we kind of position it when we started out was like, let's just make this a fucking house party. And if we can get rid of the stage, cool. But usually the PA is on the stage, so we can't. So we want people to come up and engage with us. And one of the ways we did that was, look, we're going to do a guitar solo contest. I'm going to play it, and you're going to get the inflatable thing.
Okay,
And
which is an inflatable guitar.
It's an inflatable guitar, not Hillary
Not
Clinton
Sandy.
inflatable.
Not Sandy.
We've seen those. But
Sandy's mine.
yeah, Sandy's his. But yeah, we'll give these people inflatable guitars, and they're gonna, when the guitar solo kicks in from us, they just make complete asses out of themselves and shred off. And the winner, you know, it's determined by crowd, popular vote, believe me, Electoral College. We do whoever wins. Sorry, punk rock. Whoever wins, we give them a beer. Now, in how that beer is delivered, that's the totally different thing. So
okay, let's talk about the delivery system of the beer. Now, and I just want to make things clear.
Absolutely.
These are two people with inflatable guitars during a guitar solo of a punk song, which you don't hear very often.
No. Well, and sometimes it's we do a lot of Chili Peppers covers too, which shout outs to John Frusciante, the guy could shred.
Yeah.
You know, or Jimmy Eat World. There are a couple Green Day songs with solos in them, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Punk rock, not so much solos. So
these guys are up there air guitaring the solos, and then the crowd, from what you're telling me right now, what I've seen, they vote on who shredded the inflatable guitar the hardest. So, like, you know, this isn't technical prowess, right?
No, but if they throw some like tasteful sweet picking and or tapping in there, you know, with a nice diminished harmonic minor scale, you know.
So to the Lip Nation right now, if you are, and Jake, please help me out, how do you win one of these contests? And we're putting this out there right now. This is exclusive.
Well, whoever tells Jake his snare's too loud is the immediate fucking loser.
Okay, that's a drummer thing.
Yeah,
I got you, brother. I got you.
You're absolutely right.
I got you.
So how do you win? And this is exclusive to the Lip Nation. So the Throwback Thursday fans that are listening right now, you're telling them how to win. Is it getting on your knees? Is it that kind of thing? And y'all, both of you guys, calm down. I know what you're talking about.
Done. To be completely honest with you, I think it's whoever's had the most tequila. That's usually how you win. But yeah, I mean, you just got to really
fantastic. I love it.
Whoever's up there giving it their all, we see it. We see you guys. Keep doing it.
So this is a popular vote. You're up there. You're rocking it. Now, I've also seen a funnel and a hose.
Multiple hosts.
Yeah. So no.
Yeah, you drummers, you can make me too. Oh God, come on, Jake.
So I've seen beer buckets on stage. I've seen beer bongs on stage with you guys, and I've seen you guys administer beer bongs to these winners. Is this the current delivery method of how you award somebody?
Well, I think the Fraternity Life has a ownership on the other way of ingesting alcohol.
Phi Kappa Tau.
Yeah, right. Who was it? No, I think it was Pike at Tennessee, and I know that because I was an alumni of the U of L chapter. But
you were a Pike?
Yeah,
I was a Phi Tau.
Phi Tau. Well, you guys got a house. We didn't get shit. So,
Jake, are you lost on this too?
Very.
It's cool, man. It's just a bunch of letters that don't mean anything. But so we dump the beer in, they chug it. Dude, you'd be surprised how many beer bong virgins are out there. It's just like,
are you gentle?
We're not very forceful.
Yeah, that's what I thought, brother. I know you're one too.
Yeah.
Jake, now how often are you able to jump in front of the kid and administer these things? And if you're not letting him, Rob,
I know. Yeah, you need to be. You're on the stage. You got on the riser,
dude,
which we're bringing back.
I think that's where I'm slacking. Because I hang out back there quite a bit. I think that's where I'm slacking.
Because that's where you're supposed to.
So if you haven't seen this band right now,
because it's also very impotent.
Yeah.
Impotent?
You heard me.
Impotent or important? Because
both.
You guys are too young.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
So anyway, Lip Nation, if you have not heard these guys or actually come to see the stage is set up in such a way where, I mean, it's like you're going to see a live band in a huge auditorium right now. The stage is set up, backdrops, guitars are hanging from backdrops. This is a huge production every time you guys go play any venue. Is this right? I mean, y'all take a lot of pride in what you're putting out.
We wanted to put a club show in a bar setting. That was kind of our take on it.
And
I actually like that. I dig that.
I think that it is absolutely. I think you're killing it. So when I go see you guys, I'm hearing all this really great pop punk music. I'm hearing so much fun I mean, it's all fun. I mean, that's what Throwback Thursday is, right?
That's kind of what we went for. You know, it was more of a party band, not a cover band. That's kind of
pretty much
how we do it.
Right. So if this was an SAT question, Throwback Thursday is to fun.
I already failed. I dropped out of school 3 times.
Steve O'Reilly is to hosting a podcast.
Yeah. He took the words right out of my mouth, dude. How did he know?
Great job, O'Reilly. So, all right, cool. So, Saturday, we're going to see you. So, Saturday at Cinco de Derby. Is that right? Is that what's happening? Is it May 5th?
It is May 5th.
Saturday.
Saturday is actually May 5th, yes.
Sabado.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, Cinco de Derby at Nirvana.
Drinko de Derby.
Yeah.
Drinko de Derby.
Drinko
So,
de
are
Derby.
you guys good? And you've also been known to have flair on the stage.
Yeah, for sure.
33
let's
pieces.
Have so much flair.
So let's talk about some of that. And what can we look forward to this weekend? Or do you want to leave that as a surprise?
We're going to leave it as a surprise. I think
But if you do that, you have to let us know what you've done.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. In the past, shit, dude, what have we done? I know we've done... Okay, so for our Halloween show, that's my favorite holiday, inner scene kid shit, but we did...
Stop. How old are you?
God, what am I, 29?
God.
Yeah, shut up. I don't want to hear it. Right? Age is relative, dude.
No. I was just asking because I actually thought you were younger because you a couple references and then you said scene kid. I was like, what is this fucking dude? 22?
Yeah,
Exactly.
no.
Oh, you're 29.
That's where I
That's
was.
not bad.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Jake, how old are you now?
26.
26. Okay, cool. I knew Jake was young. I have a weird, shady history with Jake.
Is this something we want to air?
I got his Cindy. He's got Sandy.
She's got some mileage on her, but damn it, she still runs.
More laps than Mario Andretti.
Oh, wow.
No, jokes aside, it's a drummer thing.
Yes.
So
That's really all it is. It's a drummer thing. Most of us drummers in town know of each other or know each other.
as you should.
Yeah.
We're
I mean, who else are you going to hang out with?
we're part of a very elite club.
There's very few good ones. I will give that to both of you. So you're
So
the ones
let's
that
talk
worth
about
knowing.
the previous flair in the Halloween shows.
So inflatables, cobwebs, we were throwing that candy and shit. We do so part of putting a club show in a bar, and this is sort of a standard deal, you kind of have to create a barrier, because as much as I love house parties, as much as the next person, it gets a little... We did it, I think the first time we did a show at Diamonds, we had people walking up there thinking it was kind of that setup and grabbing the mic like, hey, let me get a verse. So shout outs to Christy. It's her, 22nd birthday, and we just want everybody to know, she's DTF AF. And I'm just like, okay, get the fuck out of here. Okay,
DTF AF?
Yeah, she's down to fuck as fuck. So, just for emphasis. So we got some LED lights that kind of match our color scheme, which is like black, pink, and white, and we throw those out front to kind of create a barrier of hey, this is a kind of a line. Do not
birthday
do not
shout-outs.
cross, but just for your safety, and ours too.
No, it's actually for their safety and for your sanity.
Am I saying? Yeah, well,
And Jay, I have seen your kit completely lit up before.
Oh,
yeah.
he's not the only thing that gets lit.
Oh, damn.
Had it that time.
Yes, you did.
Beat you that time.
Very well played.
Right on. So, definitely, you guys bring the party every time.
Yeah,
Every time I've seen you guys, it is so much fun, and we really like what you guys are doing. So in the band, we obviously have Jake, we have Rob, we have
Josh
Napier.
Yep.
We have
Ian Showalter, who
Ian.
still, I love the dude. Ian and I go way back. We actually played in a band together and toured together for a little bit. But sadly, he recently announced that he's actually moving to San Diego. Whoa. According to Blink-182, you can't go back to San Diego,
That's
but
true.
he's going to do it anyway. And so right now he's going to finish out with us this weekend unless something changes. But shout outs to all the bass players out there that want to come grind with us, not in a weird way.
Hey, I know a guy.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It starts with an E.
Oh, it's not Erwin.
No, Edwin. No.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
I heard about Edward, man. He's killer.
McCain.
With a name like that, you better be good at something.
He had a song.
Dude, you gotta put Edward McCain all over that shit.
Edmund McCain and the Three Fucking Idiots. We'll change the band name.
2. You can't call Jake an idiot.
Oh, okay, 2. Fair enough. I'll claim it.
I got your back, brother.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
Right on. So this Saturday we're going to see
2 shows.
2 shows.
2 shows.
I got
They're playing 2 shows.
So Throwback Thursday is going to be at Nirvana.
We'll be at Nirvana up first. Come kick it with us there, and then if you want to keep raging.
What time?
7 to 8.
7 to 8.
Are you not paying attention?
But I'm letting them talk about it. 7. You know, Riley, you're going to learn how to podcast someday.
I
So
might.
7 to 8.
7 to 8.
7 to 8, and then we're going to be seeing you at Diamond Pub and Billiards in St. Matthews at what time?
Jake, what time? I forgot.
It's going to be 10 to 2 a.m.
10 to 2 a.m. So the party
Maybe a
is
little
going to go.
Maybe a little later, honestly, because aren't bars open until 6 a.m. because it's like Christmas in May, I think so.
Man.
Oh, shit.
We're definitely going to shut it down.
Yeah.
In a big way.
Famous.
We're going to be there until the lights come on.
Anything past this
Famous.
weekend?
Famous. I like
Anything
it.
past this weekend that you're excited about?
Got anything huge coming up? I mean, not that Derby's not huge, but and you're playing 2 shows in one day.
I don't know.
I missed the question. What? I'm sorry.
All right. This weekend, we're going to see Throwback Thursday. They're going to bring the party to Nirvana over on Barstown Road, 7 to 8, and then Diamond Pub and Billiards in St. Matthews in the Monster Dome, I assume. Right?
Of course, the one
Of
the
course.
infamous Monster Dome,
The
which they just
infamous Monster
redid. They
Dome.
just redid it.
Completely sound treated.
Sound treated.
10 to 2. They're
yeah,
going
I
to
heard
bring the
about
party
that.
over there. So we're really excited to see you guys. I'm going to be there.
Well, you can participate in our instead of the beer bong, we might be doing a frozen margarita chug off.
I can chug a margarita.
Okay.
I can chug a margarita.
Yeah, okay. We're doing a couple of those.
It's
Hint, hint.
not going to feel good.
Maybe a
My head
pinata
will
smash.
explode.
All right, Lip Nation, check out Throwback Thursday. We're going to post their Facebook page on our website right now. Please check them out. This is the biggest party in town when you go see a live band. This is Shooting from the Lip live at Baxter's 942. We're going to take a really short break. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see y'all very
Gracias, señor.
soon.
Thanks, guys. See you
Feliz
Saturday.
5 de Mayo.
I want you to rattle off some stuff for your podcast. While you're doing that, I'm going to solicit our shots. This is great live. So go.
So you're leaving. All right, he's just leaving me here. Wow, this is fantastic. So anyway, I do have a podcast. It's called the Bar Star Podcast. Kevin has literally left me to go to the bar to get shots. I don't know if that makes him a true alcoholic or not. And since he's not here, he can't hear what I'm saying about him. He'll have to listen to it later. Last week on the Bar Star Podcast, I had a one Mr. Chuck Deering. I've got some cool people coming up in the next few weeks. I'm pretty excited about it. I've had Marvin Maxwell on my show. I've had Dave Moody on my show. I've had Chris Evans on my show. I've had a lot of people on my show. I even did a show with my wife, which was really cool. And a lot of people are like, why the hell would you have your wife on your show? Because she gave the perspective of what it's like to be married to or date a musician from her perspective, not from our perspective, but from her perspective, which was really, really cool. I actually got a lot of feedback from that one. People were really interested in that. Don't even start talking. I'm in the middle of something. You're going to have to wait.
Keep going.
I'm just kidding.
No, go.
Seriously, I was just kidding.
You can listen.
But I got a lot of good feedback about that because it was really cool to hear her perspective about it. Hi, buddy. Don't talk to you? All right,
Come
fine.
on.
That is the gist of the Bar Star podcast. I do a few things. I have a few different segments. The same segments every week. I have social media issues, which is probably going to go away soon because everybody pretty much feels the same way about social media. It's amazing and it sucks. I mean, that's pretty much the only two things you can do. And then I have stories from the stage, which I have played in my life. I've probably played at least 2,500 shows, so I have shit tons. But everybody that I have on the show that is a musician, they have their own versions, and everything they've done that is cool. And then the last segment on my show is what are you listening to? Whether it's old, new, podcast, music, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too, and I will tell you why. And it's not a plug for my show. I genuinely like it because people that hang out with me and come over and talk to me about that stuff, I learn so much new music. Shit, like how do I not know you listen to that?
No, but
cool.
while you're doing your podcast, do you continue recording it during the sleepovers and the pajama parties and all that?
No, I kind of have this stop-start kind of thing. So so I get that kind of shit.
No role playing. Speaking of internet, by the way, I had a major accomplishment.
Did you?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
I texted you and told you.
I finished, I don't know if you told me, but maybe I told you. I officially finished the Pornhub site. I'm on the Pornhub. I'm on Pornhub 2.0 now. I don't know how. I
didn't text you about that, brother.
It was. I was watching the last video, which I never make it to the end, but it just knows me at a certain point of the video. It says, "You have come to the end of Pornhub." Check this out. We're live on Facebook.
That is fantastic.
Nick, if you look over your right shoulder, Nick, look over your right shoulder. He's listening, but look over your right shoulder. He is live on. Talk to our guy.
You know what I've never said to Nick? Nick, I'm going to need you to look at me while I say this. I know you're not going to talk, but I need you to look at me.
No, he's going to talk. Get him to
just look
talk
at me one time.
When he doesn't.
You ready? Look at me. Look at my eyes. Oh my God, you're so cute.
Slick Nick.
Nick is awesome. He does a lot for the music community, and I personally thank you. And
we don't have to. He doesn't have to say a word, but
he doesn't.
People in the music scene here,
the ones that know, they know.
Yeah, they know. There's a couple guys I'm gonna throw out. The guy that I won't say his name just because we're here. The guy that does the diamond scene, that's one guy. The other guy is I know Jared. Jared's a great guy.
I love Jared.
And then you got this guy, Nick Nowinski, with everything that he does for Baxter's. We had the men know that you were here that night. That was a Thursday night. The men know.
Oh yeah. Noah's Heart.
Yep. That was crazy.
Unfortunately, I could not make that. I had prior engagement.
I was going to say, if you showed up, it might have got to the point where if you got to the door, we might have said, we can't bring you in. It was that full.
I heard that from a lot of people, and I saw a lot of pictures, and I was very grateful and very happy about it.
I know you don't want to talk, but I got to ask you, because I want to throw this out at you, Nick, because you guys here contributed quite a bit. Not just the venue, but sales, I don't know if we can talk about it, if you are okay with talking about it, but you donated pretty good to the benefit as well.
Right. It was really good. I think the private auctions and everything else that Kevin and Judy and Lauren put into it, I think that exceeded my expectations. What we did at the door and between that and what we cut them, between the bar sales, I think I know Kevin was ecstatic. So
I talked to Judy and she was too.
Yeah, and she's so sweet, and so she did so much for Kev Fest too, and so it was a no-brainer. It was easy, and like I said, it turned out way better than I thought it was going to turn out, especially on a Thursday night. It was great.
Crazy. Tell us what's going on. I mentioned the gigs that's here for Friday and Saturday, Oaks night, Derby night. Can you share with us?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you got a big tent out back.
Yeah.
We actually scaled down the tent this year for Derby. It's about half the size.
Well, I noticed, but it's still a big tent.
It's still a tent. Yeah.
So what we're doing for the week of Derby is we're going to continue with our normal format on Wednesday nights with Dollar Wells and the FCK guys will be here on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And might I add that actually Josh joined FCK on Wednesdays, so they added a fifth member.
Right, very cool.
He's going to be doing that with them from now on. And it was actually Kevin McCreary that was doing the fifth spot when he was in town. And so now that he's not with us anymore, it relieves some of the burden from Carl because Carl can't take a day off. You know,
he really.
Carl don't need no day off.
I mean, there's not many guys. There's not many league guys in Louisville, and I don't want to offend anybody.
No.
Not too many people that can sing like Carl can and can play lead guitar.
I'll tell you straight up, as far as vocals, nobody can sing like Carl. Carl opens his mouth, you know it's Carl.
Yeah.
There's a handful. He's
and
one
I'm
of
not
them.
saying he's the best. I'm not saying there's anybody worse. I'm just saying he has such a distinct, clear, and good voice. As soon as Carl opens his mouth, you know it's him.
I'm a Carl fan.
Oh, I'm a huge Carl fan.
But there's not too many guys who can play the guitar equally as well as they can sing.
Nope.
You know, I can't. It's just really difficult.
Absolutely.
So the guys thought that, you know, Josh would be. You know, we've been doing FCK here for 5.5 years. With that, almost that core. Of course, you were here from the beginning.
Yeah,
you know,
I did it for the first year. Yeah.
But it's other than that, it's been the same guys. And then when Kevin McCreary was in town, you know, in and out from when he was touring, he would come up here and he'd be a fifth member. So it's not that it got stale. It's just it just needed it was just time to do something different. And I think Josh added that element that allows us to do some different things.
Yeah, Josh brings a different flavor. There's no denying how good that dude is.
So
he's stupid good.
Yeah, he's awesome. So the first one that they did was last week, and it was just different. And the guys in the band enjoyed it, and so it was cool.
Well, and whenever you bring, musically speaking, whenever you bring a new person into a musical situation, the vibe's going to change immediately. That's just going to happen.
It's just new energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we got that going on Wednesday this week, and then there's a band out of Ohio, out of Cincinnati, called Zack Attack, and they're like a '90s like hip hop group. It's like a party band.
Oh yeah,
they're a lot of fun.
You ever seen them?
No.
They dress a little bit like
the whole thing.
Saved by the Bell.
Nope.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really
Zack Attack. That was Zach's band in Saved by the Bell. Come on, Kevin, get with it, man.
So we got them playing from 9 to midnight. Then DJ Mike Lee will go on after midnight. Friday and Saturday night, Oaks and Derby. The Juicebox Heroes will be here at 8 o'clock on Oaks, followed by DJ Chris Stubbs for late night inside. And out in the tent, we're doing a tent party with the DJ outside. 30.
Nice.
And then we have this really unique kind of set with an incredible drummer that I told you about, Frankie from Chicago, that plays in like an 80s hair band.
Yeah, he didn't call me.
I'm just kidding.
I've seen video. That thing is badass.
Yeah, it's really cool. So
it's really cool.
You know, it's not a new concept. It's just something that, you know, that I saw several years ago. And when I say several, I mean 10, 12 years ago.
Well, I'll be honest with you. That whole drum DJ thing has been huge on the West Coast for a while. It's just now kind of people on the East Coast are kind of going, wait, that's really cool.
It's been around for a bit.
I've been trying to do it, and I'm not plugging myself. I'm just saying I thought it was cool because I went, wait, two dudes? And a drummer can do something without a guitar player? I'm in.
I approached you about it. I mean,
you did.
I did a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. You and I have already talked about it. And then he calls somebody else. See how I just brought that back around and just smacked him right in his ass? I'm just kidding.
It was actually convenient the first time that I had him down, and it worked out well, routing and logistically. And I know that Gas Money I actually talked to Justin Shaw about this because there was a few drummers that I had in mind to do that,
right?
And nobody could do it on the day that I needed it to be done for a bar crawl that was up here,
right?
And so I reached out to Frankie, and he actually made a 5-hour trip to come down here and do it. And it went so well. and he really gets it, which you really get it. It's not a question of who would do a better job. It's just
I'm just giving you shit. You sent me the video. Legitimately, jokes aside, you texted me the video.
Right, I wanted you to see it.
Check this out. It was fucking cool.
It was really cool.
It was really cool. All jokes aside.
Yeah. So you did
well
like
with
before,
that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
And so it's just a different concept, and it's really cool. And
people dig it.
Yeah. They enjoyed it. We did it on I believe it was Parade Day. We had it for
if I remember
the last time we had it over here, and it went over well. So
it
should
really
be a good time this weekend.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw this out too because the one thing it's so cool about this place is, and you arguably, if someone else pulls it off in town, I don't know who it is, but the whole concept with having a band, at a certain time of the night, and then you follow it up with the DJ. Those are some crazy good nights. With the right band, you got a great crowd, and then obviously the DJ comes in, and then you got a different mix of people come in. But those,
yeah, you cater to two different audiences.
Yeah.
Is what you're trying to do,
and you're hitting a home run, man.
The same formats work. We're actually looking to try to change things up a little bit, and we really haven't figured out a way to do that yet. And I hate to keep on going back to the well, but that's been working for a while, and I really, really, really enjoy the live music aspect of everything. But man, nothing brings them in at midnight. I mean, I don't care if I have, if Foo Fighters are playing here. Right. They'll say, Dave Grohl, get the hell off the stage because we want to hear DJ Micahs or whoever. It's crazy.
Well, there's people in Lexington that are listening to or seeing the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, tonight. That's right.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. Maybe Kiss Guy will be there.
Kiss Guy? Oh, I saw that video.
Kiss Guy. Maybe Kiss Guy.
Yeah.
He's done that several times. Brought people up on stage.
I've heard that about him.
I've seen several clips where that's not the first time he's done that. So
maybe I need to go to a show and hold up a sign. Hey, dog. Yeah. I could go viral, Kevin.
You can. All right. For a guy that didn't want to talk, he did some talking.
I just wanted to listen.
I don't know.
You guys made me talk.
Derby, real quick. Are you into the horses? Do you get into the whole Derby thing?
I've been down here for I'd say 9 years now, and I've never been to the Derby. Baxter's has been open for almost 7 years this August, and obviously when everybody's having a good time, I got to be at the bar.
You got to be at the bar?
So no, I've never been to Derby or Oaks.
I'll make you feel better. I've been here 11 years, and I've never been.
I've lived here all my life. I've never been. I'm not into the horses.
Nobody cares about you, Kevin.
No, I'm just kind of a background noise. The ambiance.
You are the man. No, you told me that earlier. You said you've lived here all your life and you never went.
Yeah.
That actually did kind of shock me a little bit.
Well, real quick, before we sign off, our lady Heather, she does surprise shots for us.
It's going to hurt me.
Heather's awesome.
Yeah, we love Heather.
Yeah, she's going to hurt me. It's going to hurt me, isn't it?
I don't know. You smell. I'm not alcohol. Can you smell this and tell me what that is?
That's going to be good.
Like
that's going to be sweet.
Sickle or something.
It's a whim shot. You'll be all right.